You too, what it do? So WWE Raw just wrapped up, and I've got my thoughts, some good, some bad, and some that it should have never made it past the writer's room. We've got some big names, weird logic, unfinished promos, and booking choices that actively tested my patience. So let's break down what mattered, what didn't, and why Raw continues to be 3 hours of trust the process. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe and get that like button to chop, man. Let's talk about it. Had to change it to something a little more comfortable. But of course, after all the drama that happened last week, Team RHIYO came out to the ring to open the show and announced that they're ready to battle any challenger. Rhea and Io took a jab at Asuka. They are not ready for RHIYO. Didn't RHIYO begin as a name that online fans created? The WWE will tell you that the people online don't matter and then get majority of their content from the online fans. Liv Morgan's music goes off to answer the call, and she says hello to her buddy Rhea. Liv hits Rhea with a little bit of her own medicine, mentioning that she never lost the tag titles, so her and Roxanne should get a match. Someone never losing the titles and begging for a match sounds very familiar. Oh, exactly. Remember an entire year of a storyline that went on with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley that was predicated off of a shoulder injury? Oh my gosh, we were stuck in an infinite loop, guys. But then Bayley and Lyra run out to the ring. And I told y'all that I was done with Bayley, but supposedly the crowd out here in Germany decided to sing to Bayley. The Kabuki Warriors inside a brawl, yanking Rhea and Io out of the ring. What happened between Lash and Nia, or Charlotte and Alexa? As I thought about those names out loud, it really reminded me how diluted the singles division has gotten, since all the big names are suddenly interested in tag team gold and not chasing the women's title, who is held by an injured champion. After the beatdown, Liv Morgan challenged Finn Balor to step up. Remember months ago, before Liv was injured, Finn had a big plan to take control of the Judgment Day. We then watched CM Punk come to the ring to gloat about defeating the Vision and is ready to be a fighting champion. Finn Balor took Liv's words to heart, and he showed up to the ring to challenge CM Punk next week to a match in Ireland. When CM Punk first won the title, he ran off a list of names that he wanted to defend against. Finn Balor's calling card to the ring was the fact that CM Punk mentioned him in that promo. CM Punk at least called him out on that, because he was like, bro, it's been 2 months since I made that speech. Where have you been? CM Punk was ready to do the match right now, yet Finn Balor decides, I guess things will be in his favor since next week they're in Ireland and Finn Balor's Irish. If you believe that Finn Balor is going to win this match, you got another thing coming. I don't even understand what WWE is trying to do. You think the people in Ireland are going to be cheering for Finn Balor? We are headed into WrestleMania season, but this is where either the stories pick up or dull. Because what are we doing? And then we return to the ring to see that all of the women we saw in the ring earlier face off in a triple threat match to be #1 tag team contenders. We are going to be running back another Liv Morgan versus Rhea feud. Speaking of running in circles, Becky Lynch will be facing off against Maxine next week in Ireland, where Becky Lynch is from. The Judgment Day really does run Monday Night Raw, because pretty much every storyline revolves around them. Raquel is after the title still, and she won't stop until she gets a title match versus Steph. I think that it's funny that the bad guys can do bad things and get rewarded with TV time and matches as if they didn't do bad things or break the rules. In addition, a thing that annoys me about the WWE is that while people are injured, they just disappear on TV. This is why I don't think a lot of people were believing the Stephanie Bakera injury. People just disappear off TV when they're hurt. Supposedly Dominic Mysterio is injured, that's why he's not on TV. JD McDonough is injured, that's why he's not on TV. It still doesn't make any sense. Like, let's say that Seth Rollins, I don't know, towards ACL or something like that, right? Okay, I understand that that could be inconvenient when you're talking about the travel that goes on back behind the scenes. But somebody like Bianca Belair, who's broken a finger, she can't just put a cast on and show up on TV, do promos. She can't do character development. She can't referee a match. Seth Rollins' shoulder is in a sling. He can't cut promos. He can't be on a video package. He just disappears from TV. I know what it is. It's for a pop. when he returns. But speaking of Stephanie, she supposedly came out here to confront Raquel, and I ain't gonna lie, Raquel is growing on me, man. Because what is, like, why would Raquel feel any fear about this? What the heck is wrong with Stephanie? She just whooped you last week, right? While you were in the boot. You're still in the boot and you come out here to confront her as if this is going to be something that deters her or something like that. So all Raquel did was just attack Stephanie Vaquer again. I ain't gonna lie. I'm down to watch Raquel become champion. I think that they just removed Nikki Bella off the face of the earth because I have no idea what happened to her, but I'm cool with that. I also want to let y'all know that Jey Uso came to the ring, and even though his twin wasn't there, even though he didn't really have anything to say, he still had to find time to yeet. And then there was a segment backstage where he was on the phone with Jim talking about the potential plans that they had, and then Otis and Tozawa show up and challenge him to a tag match for the titles. Now this would be something that'd be interesting to watch in a house show. Do any of us believe that Otis and Tozawa are going to win a tag title match? No. Do any of us believe that Otis and Tozawa are going to win a match? No. So what does this do for anybody's character? Nothing. What's going to happen is the crowd is going to watch some of the guys that they laugh at and that they would like to win face off against guys that they laugh at and that they would like to win. So it doesn't really do anything for anybody. Is this a big storyline? No, it's just a waste of time on TV in reality. And then continuing on with waste of time, supposedly the Vision was having a tag team match against Penta and Dragon Lee. Just generic luchador stuff. And I say that to say, all of the luchadors, including the guys on SmackDown, including the guys in AEW, they just get thrown into a feud for TV time. You can take these two guys, swap their places in the storyline. Nothing changes. You could take any of the guys on SmackDown. You could take Rey Fenix. You could take Rey Mysterio. You could take any of these guys and plug them into the... Shoot, you could take the freaking guys from AEW and plug them into the storyline and nothing changes. They're literally just here to be a guy in a mask that does cool flips. The crowd goes, yay! And then they lose. That's all their purpose is. Well, anyways, I'm pretty sure this match got thrown out because Braun Breaker ran down the alleyway and speared the heck out of Dragon Lee. He then speared Penta. Braun Breaker is just on a tirade because he lost to CM Punk. The Vision needs to win matches. Ever since they debuted as a unit, right? How many matches have they won individually and as a tag team? Majority of the matches have gotten thrown out because of disqualification. What are they even looking to accomplish, bro? This stuff is stupid. Remember when I told y'all a long time ago, the Vision should have united to win tag team championship gold? Braun Breaker has had one championship match. It does not make any sense how Logan Paul is being nerfed in order to big up Braun Breaker. You're not going to be the face of anything. Remember when the bloodline fell apart and Paul Heyman let Solo know that winners and losers are important and that there is a price to pay for losing? Why the Vision in general run around as if they aren't majority losers? Side note, in addition to the luchador madness, we have these fake luchadors, El Grande Americano and Los Americanos, fought off against Javon Evans, who was a recent Raw signee. I don't know what we're doing. What did this do for anybody here? I guess Javon Evans is just going to be the guy that just does cool flippy things. What the people love him. Back to this Vision stuff. There was a cool shot, I will say, of Adam Pearce, the Raw general manager, showing up and reprimanding Braun Breaker. And in the background, you could see the Vision beating down Penta. In the midst of Adam Pearce yelling at Braun Breaker just snaps and tries to attack Adam Pearce. I mean, I guess I get what they were going for here. As the Vision tries to break up the tussle, I'm assuming because they're afraid for what Braun Breaker may do to Adam Pearce. For months, they have been running Raw. All this has been built up in order to ensure that Braun Breaker doesn't snap, so that he at least gets to get his championship match and Adam Pearce doesn't call off the match or something like that. He got the championship match, he lost. So at this point, I don't who cares whether or not he crashes out. The majority of people on these shows do bad things and they don't get reprimanded for that. Why do the supposedly biggest bad boys on the show now have to feel a way about doing bad things? We saw Drew McIntyre get kicked off the show and suspended, but not suspended, and now he's a champion. We just talked about Raquel continually attacking the women's champion while she was injured. Nothing happens there. The other members of the Judgment Day all cheated in a match to ensure that Dominic Mysterio retains his title, or won back the title, against John Cena. We've seen how many times in the women's tag team division the women continually interrupt in the matches, and that has a big part to play in who wins the matches. The baddest of the bad guys who are gonna forcefully take the future of the WWE care about whether or not they get in trouble. Isn't Braun Breaker's individual tagline for him to be a badass? And still, Braun Breaker gets suspended indefinitely just for towering over Adam Pearce. All it did was crinkle up his collar. I would have at least been cool with watching Adam Pearce catch a tsunami or a spear or something. We watched Randy Orton RKO the other Jam multiple times, and all he did was take a fine. Supposedly, Adam Pearce is the one that initiated this because he touched Braun Breaker first. So if you're gonna make a statement like that, again, why did y'all rush to break? Let's just finish off the show, man. So the main event was Gunther versus AJ Styles. This is supposed to be a match in which he has home field advantage. Gunther is the bad guy. So if you're putting him in a situation in which the crowd is going to cheer for him, you don't help AJ Styles, who's supposed to be the good guy. Anyways, we know that heading into this match, Gunther is supposed to be the guy who is the career ender. He's ended the career of Goldberg. He's sent Cena into retirement, and so his next task is to send AJ Styles into retirement. The majority of this match, AJ Styles is working on the calf and leg of Gunther. And there's a moment in this match, AJ Styles just has Gunther in the calf crusher. Gunther has nowhere to go. He's in the smack dab in the center of the ring. With some interesting camera work, we're able to see that he did tap out, slapped on the side of AJ Styles in order to indicate that he was tapping out. AJ Styles, feeling the tap, let Gunther go, believing that he had won the match. The referee, who was looking right at this, did not see Gunther tapping out. So while AJ Styles and the referee have a debate, Alicia, the ring announcer, comes to the ring, I guess presumably about to announce that Gunther lost, but the referee's like, no. The crowd is reacting to this because they saw it on the big screen. The people at home reacted to this because they saw it on the screen. The ring announcer is coming up to the ring because she believes that Gunther lost, but the referee didn't see it. This is Gunther tapping out, and this is the position that the referee was in right before that, which is a good position to see whether or not he's got shoulders on the mat, and so that Gunther can communicate with the referee to discuss whether or not he's tapping out. So cool. I'm not gonna fight it. It's wrestling logic. Cool. A lot of people are gonna be upset because they don't believe that Gunther should have tapped out, and honestly, I don't think so either. This is not really something that we've seen AJ Styles utilize in the last few years to tap anybody out. Maybe since Gunther's the ring general, he's gonna come to the ring next week and announce that he fooled us all. Again, cheating wins. So while AJ Styles spent all this time arguing with the referee, he turns around, catches a low blow from Gunther, and then eats a powerbomb for the 1-2-3. So Gunther is able to escape with a W. These guys are gonna run it back, I guess. This is kind of an underwhelming finish to me, if you ask. I like it as a heel victory, but again, in regard to this storyline, it's kind of stupid, being that Gunther did tap out to Jey Uso. If this guy Gunther is supposed to be positioned as the gatekeeper of careers and the dude that you have to surmount in order to ensure that you go out riding off into the sunset at the end of your career, he's struggling against AJ Styles, who lost to John Cena. I don't know what they want us to think. But maybe the storyline here where the WWE can build upon is that Gunther was actually fearful of AJ Styles. It was actually fearful that he could have lost this match and had to resort to underhanded tactics to win. There was a good chunk of this show that really just got under my skin and I didn't like. And if you had to rate things, yay, nay, and somewhere in the middle, okay, it's a nay show. This is nay. It's just a waste of our time, honestly. Even though there are plenty of new signees, nothing has actually developed. I mentioned earlier that SmackDown is actually now looking like the better show. I completely agree with that sentiment. It's the better show. What are we going to look forward to next week? If Braun Breaker had been suspended, now next week we're going to get no Braun Breaker. What does the Vision do? We get another Maxine versus Becky Lynch match. We get Finn Balor versus CM Punk. The next episode is going to be bad. And let's not forget, we're supposed to be heading to the Royal Rumble very soon. What is building? What is developing? The only one I'll give props to is Raquel. We're about to run back a Liv Morgan versus... And speaking of the women's tag team division, I think some people have mentioned that they're trying to copy what AEW is doing when having all their big women in the tag team division in order to build the importance of the tag team titles. But that makes sense over there. Why would somebody like Mercedes Moné, who has 13,000 belts, not want to take her stab at earning tag team gold, a new belt? This would additionally bring more weight and importance to the tag team division, since plenty of women have now decided to chase after the new championships. Over here, they've had the women's tag team titles for a long time. Why suddenly have all the women who are going after singles gold just decided to attack tag teams, when logically Stephanie Vaquer is injured? Somebody get that title. Jade Cargill, everybody's afraid of her, but Mi Chin and B-Fab are not afraid of her? I mentioned to y'all this episode I'm already ready for Raquel to take the gold away from Stephanie Vaquer, and I like Stephanie Vaquer. I'm not supposed to feel like the bad guy should win, and that's what we're getting, because that's the more interesting story. Like, I could go on for days about how irritating the show is, but at the end of the day, we watch it, we discuss, we're fans of wrestling over here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode in the comments below. Peace.